So, this topic is something that's very near and dear to me. I'm making reference to the Johnny Depp, Johnny Depp Amber Heard case that's going on right now. And I'm not going to talk about the case specifically. There are several other podcasts and YouTubers that are making far better videos on that case specifically. Shout out to Rakita Law. I watch that cat. So if you want to get details about the the Amber Heard case specifically, I suggest you go to the YouTube channel Rakita Law. No, what I'm going to talk about is the abuse of men. I know it sounds crazy, and you're literally watching it unfold with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, but it is very true. Men find themselves in very abusive relationships as well. Oftentimes, they are not as physically abusive as the relationship between Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. But oftentimes, they are very emotionally and mentally abusive. I have seen men get mentally, psychologically, and emotionally so battered by a woman that she literally has him come to her on a snap. All she has to do is walk by, touch him on the shoulder, and he'll fall in line like an obedient dog. I have seen this with my own eyes. I have seen a man leave the house and the woman wants to be on the phone with him the entire time he's gone to make sure he's not up to anything. Not that he's ever proven to have cheated, not that that woman has ever caught that man cheating. It's because of her own insecurity and it's her form of control. Men do find themselves in abusive relationships. And oftentimes, the reason they stay is the same reason that women stay in abusive and terrible relationships. Men stay because they love. They love. It's that simple. They stay because they love. They love that woman that much. He will take the few moments of happiness and joy that she gives for endless amounts of time of abject misery and unhappiness. Sometimes he stays because when he's tried to walk away, she's threatened to hurt herself. That happens. Or they will slander a man if he leaves. They'll threaten him. Some will act a complete ass, come up to his job, show out, cause him to lose his job, destroy his property, break his car, burn his clothes. Some men would rather stay to try to keep some modicum of peace than to go through all that and leave. I know from the outside looking in how bad that looks and even how crazy that sounds, but I've seen it. I say to you, for any man that you know that may be in a bad relationship, I want you to take that number and multiply it by five. And that's how many actually are in a bad relationship. So think about any unhappy man you know that you know is in a bad, negative, toxic relationship. Multiply that number by five, and that's how many that you start to get around the nation. But as men, we don't speak up on it. We have to keep it quiet. Amber Heard said it herself in the recording that Johnny Depp had when she told him, "Go tell the world, Johnny, that a big strong man, that Johnny Depp, a big strong man, is being, domestically abused by you. Who's gonna believe you? Take it to a jury, Johnny. Who's gonna believe you?" And that's how they operate. See, they operate on a different level than men, because if men go forward and we talk about how we've been abused, or how a woman has hit on us or abused us, it's looked at as a joke. We're men, that can't happen to you. Well, why not? Remember the mantra that has been shouted out since Me Too and other things like that. There is never, remember they said this, there is never a reason to put your hands on a woman. That is what they say. There is never a reason to put your hand on a woman. I personally call bullshit on that. Cause if you hit me, I'm laying your ass out. Period. Think about me whatever you want to. You put your hands on me, I'm gonna put my hands on you. My grandmother taught all her kids, if you big enough to give a lick, you big enough to take one. That's what my grandmother said. She didn't put gender to it. No, it was simple. If you big enough to give a lick, you big enough to take a lick. I teach my kids that. Keep your hands to yourself until they put hands on you. And when you think about that, when you raise men to never ever hit a woman under any circumstance, you're breeding him to be a punching bag for the wrong woman. You're breeding that male to become an everlast punching bag for the wrong female. And if you haven't noticed, you have some pretty aggressive women out here. This trial is showing y'all there are thousands of Amber Heards out here. Manipulative, abusive. Hey, I know one. I'm surprised she's still married. I mean, it's what it is. And for her to do what she did, to drag Johnny's name through the mud without actually saying his name, I understand why Johnny is making this public. He didn't necessarily want to. He had to. I had to. I've been where Johnny was. I wasn't abused per se, but when my ex and I split, it was terrible. The things that she told the courtroom and others about me were some of the most despicable and heinous things I've ever heard someone say about another person. If they were true, I'd hate myself. Having to hear it was so what the fuck. I literally understand how Johnny feels. He's defending his name. I had to defend my name and prove that I was respectable enough, good enough to be a father to my child, to have custody of my child. I'm fighting on two different battles. I'm fighting to be a man and a father. The problem is these things don't get enough credit. There's an organization here in Dallas. It's called Fathers for Equal Rights. And I'm pretty sure there are organizations like that all over the nation. But they don't get any props. They don't get any play. They don't get any promotion. And they are sorely needed. They are. When things broke down between my ex and I went down to the Dallas Police Department to file a restraining order on my ex. And you'll never believe that form I had to fill out. It was a questionnaire. The questions went like this. When was the last time he hit you? When did he sleep over last? When was the last time he contacted you? When did he, everything was when did he? How did he? What was he? Never she. This is a police form, and it never, ever even thought that a man would be filing a restraining order. Now, I'm pretty sure y'all thinking, well, this had to be, back in the 80s and 90s. No, this was early 2000s. This is 2005. Late 2004, early 2005. What, 18 years ago? So, yeah, it was something it ain't that long ago, man. 18 years ain't that long ago. But then, too, I'm older now, so time moves differently in my mind. And what I'm trying to say is, what I really want people to understand, men and women, is, fellas, I'll talk to you first. I know what's happening. I know what's out there. I've seen it from both ends. I've seen men who've been held under the thumb of a woman so long that they have to learn how to be an adult again because they were treated like children. I've seen it. I was helping somebody out of that mess. I was helping a grown man, middle-aged man, showing him, hey man, this is what you do to be a man. I'm helping him because he was so. It was sad, man. It's sad when you are oppressed like that, fellas. It may be hard, but you need to get away for your own benefit. You need to leave that situation for your own mental health. You need to get away. Do it quickly. Don't let the threats of them hurting themselves keep you there. Don't let the threat of violence keep you there. Because even if it comes to that, knock her ass out and spend your time in jail. That way you get some goddamn peace. At least you'll be, even behind bars, you'll be away from her. But you need to get away. You have to, man. You have to move around and get away for you. And don't be afraid to get help, fellas. Don't be afraid to go to the police station. Look, I learned, believe you me, with what I went through, I learned. The first person to dial 911 wins. Okay? That's why Johnny Depp is looking good right now. Audio evidence. And hey, man, I was the one constantly trying to leak. Hey, man, you better be the first one to 911. And to those ladies out there that like abusing men physically, mentally, emotionally,
Stop it. Get some help.
go seek some help. Go fix whatever that is broken in you. That makes you treat that man the way that you do. Go get help because it ain't cool. You can't destroy a man and then bitch about no good men being out here. How many good men did you destroy? How many good men did you wreck? So fellas, get away. Ladies, leave them alone. That's going to do it for this segment of Free Mind Thinkers. If you like what you heard, don't forget to hit that like button. If you want to hear more of it, go ahead, hit the subscribe while you're at it. And please feel free to comment on anything that you hear. And as we always say here at Free Mind Thinkers, listen less, learn more. Don't forget that you can find us on all your social media platforms: Getter, Gab, Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute. And we are podcasts on several media platforms. Make sure you check out full episodes there in the podcast section or wherever you may get your favorite podcasts. Until the next time, y'all stay up.